So ready for our warm-up round. As always, we're going to do a bit of mental maths. So I hope you are ready and your brain is switched on. So we're going to start just easy this afternoon with a little bit of counting. So the pattern is there for you to see already. You must fill in the blanks, and I'm going to give you 1 minute to do that. No answers in the chat, just there where you are. You complete it on your own, and then we'll have a look at the answers afterwards. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you can start. You have a minute. And time is up. Okay, stop. Let's see. What is the pattern that we are doing here, or what are we counting in? We start at 50,000, then it's 100,000. So we are going up in 50,000. We are counting in 50,000. So this next one is going to be 150,000. And then after that, I'm just going to make a little arrow because there's not a lot of space here. Then it's going to be 200. Then it's going to be 250,000. And we're just going to carry on like that, counting in 50,000s. So it's the same as counting in 50s. We're actually just tagging on a bunch of zeros to make it in the thousands. Okay, so there's little checkpoints for you along the way. So if you did it correctly, this will be 450. And then does it make sense that the next one's 50? Yes. So next one will be 550,000. Then this one's 600,000 and 650,000. Just repeating that pattern, 700,000 and 750,000. This one's going to be 800, 850,000, 900, 950,000, 1 million. Okay, I hope everyone is awake now and got brain going for a little bit of maths. So if you got them all right, you can brag about it in the chat and note your results maybe, so that next time, if you're not happy with what you got, you can try to. It's not question time yet, so please put hands down. Okay, right, everyone ready? We are going to go on to the next bit, which is I can warn you, some division sums again. So again, mental maths, some division sums. We're going to do 1 minute, and let's see how many you can do correctly in 1 minute. And there you go, and start. These are not, try and do it a different way. It's not with long division. This is actually just short division, and you can use your multiplication facts. Okay, I've scrolled down. I'll give you a few more seconds. Okay, 5 more seconds and done. Okay, stop. So there you go. That's 18 sums. Let's see. Remember, we want to have accuracy more than actually, doing all of them. So make sure that you are working accurately. So there are answers. You can check if you got yours right. So 28 divided by 4 is 7. 6 divided by 1 is 6. Number 3, 32 divided by 4 is 8. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 11 goes into 99 9 times. I love the 11 times table. It's just nice to work with. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Or how many times does 5 go into 15? 22 divided by 2 is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 10 goes into 99 times. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 7 divided by 1 is 7. 156 divided by 12. So how can we do this quick? We can say, okay, so we know that 12 times 12 is going to be 144. And 156 is another 12 away from 156. So there's actually 13 groups of 12. And then 78. How do we do this one? So 78 divided by 13. We know that 12 times 6 is 72. So 78 is 6 more away from 72. So there's 13 12s. You see how you need to know your multiplication facts very well. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 66 divided by 11 is 6. And I think the others are all self-explanatory. Well done. I see some good results there in the chat. Can't practice this enough. This is the basis of everything we do with multiplication and division. So you've got to know that. Okay. So how are we looking for time? All right. We are gonna, I see some unhappy faces in the chat. I assume that means you're not so happy with how you did. So next time, just tell yourself, I can definitely do this. It might take me a little bit of time, but I can improve. I will get there. I can't do this yet, but I will get there. Okay, well done. Okay, so we're going to go on to our next, some more serious multiplication. So Tiara, next time, it will go faster. Don't worry. What I would like actually for you to do after the lesson is we've now had 4 lessons where we've done mental maths. So maybe check over the 4 lessons where you are doing your answers and your questions, how you are improving. Are you getting a little bit faster? Are you getting a bit more accurate? Maybe you're not getting faster, but your accuracy is improving. Accuracy meaning you're getting more right. You might not be doing more, but you're getting more of the ones you do correct. Okay. I'm not sure why you don't like this class. We like having you here, so I hope it improves for you over the next half an hour or so. Just stick with it, and I'm sure you will find something that you like. Okay, there are 3 crates of apples. In each crate, there are 325 apples. How many apples are there all together? So I am going to give you a little bit of time to do this question on your own. Write down your thinking, how you got it, how you did it. You can do it whatever way you want, but I do want you to try and maybe do something different. Okay. If you are going straight to the column multiplication, see if there's maybe another way that you can try it. Guys, hands are only raised when there's question time. There's no question time. I haven't said question time, so don't raise your hand. Just do the question, which is on the board, and then we're going to talk about it in a little bit. It's not question time, so don't raise your hand, guys. Good stuff. Okay, right. So I'm going to just give it a few more seconds just to give everyone a chance to do it. And then, okay, if you can't hear, you need to connect to audio. I see some interesting plans being made here. Okay, so I would like for you to now put your answer in the chat, please. Let me see your answers. Put your answer in the chat. Even if your answer is there already, put it in the chat anyway. It's about participation. Okay. Ms. Kat, can you maybe assist with the audio? Seems like the audio is what they might not be liking about the lesson. I hope it's only that. Lovely. Okay, so I see Tsiamu Tabiso did some repeated addition. Nice. Good strategy. So some of you said, let's multiply, and I'm going to write some of these down because these are all good ideas. So we can go 325 plus 325 plus 325. That's one option. And that gives me, if I put the first two 325s together, then those are easy numbers to work with, and we can add those together, and that's 650 plus 325 is going to be 975. Nice. Then some of you said, okay, I'm first going to multiply 325 by 2, which is the same thing as 650. And then I'm going to add another 325 to that. And that is 975. Excellent. So there's 2 plans so far. Both of them work beautifully. You could also just have, there's a few things you could have done here. So you just have to be careful. I see a few answers that are a little bit off, way off in the thousands. And yes, you could have done, yes, Lamini, why are you crying? That is 975, it's correct. Well done. Okay, so those are all different plans for doing 325. So you can also go 300 times 3 is 900. So you can break the 325 up into 300 and into 25, because 325 is 300 plus 25. And the 300 and the 25 must be multiplied by the 3. So we can multiply 300 by 3 and then 25 by 3, which is 75, and we put it all together. That gives me 975. Okay, so there's 3 ways that you can do it. Okay, so guys, I don't want to see this negativity in the chat. Let's be positive. Let's give it our best shot. And let's remember this little person from our start of the lesson where we said, I'll learn how to do this, instead of putting crying faces and all sort of negativity in the chat. I don't want to see that. I just want to see positivity, strong. I'm trying. I'm not getting it yet, but I'm trying. Okay, let's start. So there's 3 sums up. I want you to do number 1, 2, and 3. And if you're feeling strong, you can do 4 and 5 as well. Okay, so I'm going to, again, as always, leave you here for a few minutes. You work on your own there where you are, and you give it your best. I only want to see happy faces in the chat. Okay. And if you are not feeling so happy, you must ask a question, which is right about now, question time. Let's hear it. Junior, you have your hand up. Unmute. Questions only about the sums. Please don't ask questions about the audio or anything, because that can go to Miss Kat. Yes. Junior? Junior, I'm going to put you back on mute if you don't ask a question in about 3 seconds.
Hello?
Yeah. What's your question?
My question.
Simo, you can unmute.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. With my sum for the multiplication, ma'am, what I did is that when I said 325 times, I broke it up. So I said 300 plus 300 plus 300, which gave me 900. Then I said 20 plus 20 plus 20, which gave me 60. Then I said 5 plus 5 plus 5, which gave me 15. And then I added 900 plus 60 plus 15, which gave me 975. Ma'am, was that fine?
Yes, that's fine. That's perfect. Well done. Okay, Brianna's next. Everyone else, you are working on your sums while we take some questions. Yes, Brianna.
Ma'am, the previous question, ma'am, for the column method for 325 times 3, ma'am, I got
Yes.
1005, ma'am, and I'm confused, ma'am.
Yes. The column method to me is also very confusing. Maybe you will see if you can try one of these other ones. That's a little bit easier. So I'll do the column method for you. That's 325 times by 3. So we go 5 with the 3, that's 15, and we carry the 1. And then we go 2 times 3 is 6, plus that 1 is 7. So maybe you forgot about the adding, I'm not sure. And then 3 times 3 is 9. Okay. Have a look. Maybe try one of the other ways as well. Okay, Mawandi, you next. Mawandi, you can unmute. Okay, Mawandi is not, there's Mawandi. Okay, I'm going to Jordan. Jordan, you have had your hand up for a while. What is up?
Ma'am, I don't understand the part of the dividing part of the long division. I'm struggling with it. I understand my multiplications and all that, but just my dividing, ma'am.
Okay, so next time we do dividing, in our next lesson, we're going to do a lot of dividing. So we're going to focus on dividing, all right? But in the meantime, I want you to try those questions we just did for mental maths again on your own. So at the end of the lesson, I'll go back and you can take a screenshot. And then you can try them again on your own, all right? But we are going to do a lot of division in the next lesson. Okay, thanks, Jordan. Thanks, everyone. We're going to have a look at our answers here.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay, so everyone can put their hands down. What are people asking me for? I can't see number 4. Guys, if you can't see, you need to just zoom your own screen. Okay.
I think it's when you scroll to the side.
Oh.
So the left-hand side stuff was off screen.
Okay. Right, everybody. Let's have a look at this first one. So we have to multiply 3 with 333. I love these numbers. 3 times 3, 3, 3. There's lots of 3s. And some people are saying that the answer is 999. Makes beautiful sense. There's so many different ways that we can do this. The easiest way is just to say, Chesney got it. It's just to say 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 3 is 9. Or you could have added 3 bundles of 3, many different ways. So I hope you guys got that one all right. Okay, so now I wouldn't suggest, guys, I really encourage you to try some of these other methods and not so much the column method, because in many cases it is so much quicker to just do it a different way instead of doing all that work with the column method. Okay, let's go to question 2. So question 2, give me that answer. 925 times by 3. We've got different answers here. So I'm going to break 925 up into 900 and into 25. And I'm going to multiply 900 by 3. So 900 by 3. So that's 9, 18, 27, 2,700. And then 25 times by 3 is 75. So I get 2,775. Lekker, well done. There's a few of you got that. Again, this is much quicker than column method. So I want everyone by the end of next week to no longer be doing the column method. Maybe that should be our goal. Okay. We only do questions when it's question time. So I'll get to your question when it's question time.
He's still not connected to sound, but I've been DMing.
Has he left and come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure then, Miss Kat, what you guys have tried, but he can still hear, so that's great. And type in the chat, so just keep following. So 4 times 441, let's see if we can all do it Miss B's way, which is to break this up into 400 and into 41. So 4 times 400 is 1,600, and then 41 times 4. 41 times 4, I have to go 4, 8, 12, 60, so that's 160, and then times the 4 by the 1, that's okay. That's 1,764. Well done. I see there's a few of you who have done it. Okay, just be careful. I see a little bit of a glitch with a digit or 2. And okay, good stuff. Right, let's do one more. Question 4. So that we can move on to some bigger numbers as well. So I'm going to break up 511 into 511. Look how easy this is if we break the number up, because then we go 500 times 5 is 2,500. And 5 times 11 is 55. And we put that all back together. That's 2,555. Okay. Good. Should we do one more? And let's do 710 times by 6. People say it is 4,260. Okay, we break it up. 710. So 700 times 6 is going to be 4,200 plus 60, and that is 4,260. Well done. Good job, guys. Excellent. And for those of you who want to practice, you can take a screenshot of those. And Vuisa says it's really easy. I'm glad. Okay. Right, so let's go on to this little bit here. So while you are here, you can read the problem. So, and when you are done reading, post your reading face emoji in the chat. The one that looks like that. I didn't ask for the answer yet, Bandile. I just asked you to read. So if you're done reading, then put your emoji face. It's important to be able to listen to instructions, grade 7. The instruction is to read and then post your emoji so that I know you are done reading. There we go. Now we're waking up. Tiara, it must be there. If you don't, you can also use this one. Okay, Miss Kat says she's been messaging you, trying to help you with your audio. So check your messages. She's sent you some instructions on what to do. Okay, so we've got Mr. Twala sells bunches of flowers. Each bunch has 8 flowers in it. He keeps his bunches of flowers in buckets. Each bucket has 7 bunches in it. He has 5 buckets. How many flowers does he have altogether? Okay, so first we need to write this down as a sum, right? So how will we put this into numbers and a sum? You could start off by making a little drawing or something. But if we read carefully, it says each bunch has 8 flowers. He keeps his bunches in buckets, and each bucket has 7 bunches. So, and he has 5 buckets. Okay, so I want you to make a plan there where you are. And as I don't want to see answers yet, I just want a plan. Just make a plan, and then I'll call for answers in a minute or so. Just make your plan, make your drawing, write down your thinking, whatever it is that you need to do to solve the problem. And I'll ask for answers in a minute or so. Don't put answers down yet, please. Just hold it. If you don't understand, just read it again and then try something. Either make a drawing, make a diagram, and then see if you can write it as a sum. We are still not listening to instructions, grade 7. I said no answers, just do it there where you are, make your plan. That's all I said. Let's try and follow instructions a bit better. We are also not following the instruction about putting our hands up when it's not question time. Cat's very strict. Okay, so let's see. Some of you put down an answer. That's fine. Can someone tell me what the sum is? How are we going to work this out? So he has 8. He has bunches of flowers. There are 7 of them, and in each bunch, there are 8 flowers, and there are 5 buckets with these flowers in. Okay, so someone here says 8 times 7 times 5. Well done. I agree. I think that's right. 8 times by 7 times by 5. And now we can multiply this out in a few ways. And I think I saw some answers, but I think some of those answers were incorrect. So if you see an answer in the chat and you decide to just copy that answer, it's not necessarily correct. So let's think again. I do laugh when that happens. People just copying an answer, but it's not right. Okay, so we can group the numbers together. So we can go 8 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40. And then that 40 must still be multiplied by 7. And then 40 times 7 gives me 280 flowers. Okay. Okay. Good stuff. Right, so we see how we do it. Multiplication, and then we group numbers together that we multiply, and that gives us our answer. Okay, so let's try these 4 questions doing it that same way. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna have question time. Now you can put your hand up for a question. Okay, so let's see. Poppy, you have your hand up.
Ma'am.
Everyone else, you doing the 1 to 3?
I still don't Ma'am, I still don't understand. Since you say you must do new methods. I tried to do the method column, then I couldn't understand the method column.
Do you know the column method?
No, ma'am.
Have you used it before?
Some few times, ma'am.
Did you use any of the other strategies, like the other ways we did it?
Yeah, I did, ma'am.
And did you get it right using one of the other ways?
Yes, ma'am.
Then use the way that works for you, okay? You don't have to do column method. You can do it another way.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
If column method
Thank you, ma'am.
confuses you, then just do it a different way.
Yes, ma'am.
Masana, I showed it at the beginning of the lesson. Unfortunately, if it's gone, it's gone. Okay, Tsepi, you next with your question.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask if it's okay to use the BODMAS method.
BODMAS, if we've got mixed operations like pluses, minuses, and multiplication and division.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Right, Tara Jane, you next.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, when you have a number with, let's say, 3 digits and you have to times it by more than 2 digits, when you get to your answer at the end, your 2 answers, do you subtract or add them? Because I always get confused with that.
Multiplication is always adding, because when you multiply, you make more. So you're always going to do things that's going to make it more. So multiply
Thank you.
and add. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, Ishmael, last question.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
I want to ask about the previous learner's method about breaking up the. I think she breaks up the number, and I think the method is called about number 1. So it's 10 times 13, and then it's equal to 130. So I want to understand that because it's 5 times 13. So with the answer, you have to say 5 times. I mean,
Sorry,
130 times.
which question are you talking about?
Question number 1.
The one on the board now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So we multiply the 5 and the 2 together. That gives us a 10. And
ma'am.
because we've now multiplied that together and got 10, we still have to multiply by what's left, which is the 13.
Yes. So
And then 10 times 13 is 130. Okay. Right, guys,
Yes,
let's finish this. We still have to do our quiz. So, sorry, question time is over. So we're going to go 20 times 21. And who's got an answer for us here for question 2? Put your answer in the chat. Okay, so let's break up the 21 into a 20 and a 1. So we have to multiply 20 by 20, gives me 400. And 20 by 1 is 20. So our answer is 420. Good. Let's do next one. 8 times 9 times 5. Put your answer in the chat if you've got it. Sorry, guys, we do have limited time for questions. If you didn't get a chance, pop your question to Miss Kat. Put it in the chat. There are different ways. Okay, so 8 times 5, I'm going to do that's 40 times by 9. We're doing question 3 now. So 40 times 9 gives us, Mukle's got it, and Vuyiswa and Oratile, and that's 360. Okay, and last one, put your answer in the chat for question 4. Guys, we are multiplying, eh? We are not adding, we are multiplying. Not sure how you guys are getting 41, that is not right. This is multiplying. Okay, so we can say 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is always easy, it's 10. And then that 10 must still be multiplied with 18, and that is 180. I think some of you thought this was 2 times 18 plus 5. So that wasn't right, but it's 2 times 18 times 5. Okay,